Maybe this is self-setting. Okay. Hey, good people. Welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for day 17 of Frizzmas. It's also mimosas and makeup, and I don't have one. Well, I hate claiming being under the weather, but I feel a little bit under the weather. However, I might get a little mimosa. I might make it like really heavy on the orange juice. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. But right now I don't have anything. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to do this video. So I wanted to have a little festive look because I'm going to be talking about 10 holiday palettes that are in my eyeshadow collection. And I hope that sounds good to you because I'm excited. So if you want to talk about these 10 palettes, maybe do a little swatching and reminiscing, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So, how are you doing? I have to say, this look right here, even though I'm not feeling my best, I think I like it better than when I put all my makeup on, y'all. Because I'm really just like a natural girl at heart. So let me just tell you what's on this face. Natasha Denona concealer with no powder. And I was like, maybe this is self-setting because I don't know, it feels set. I didn't put any powder on. I don't have any foundation on. I just put concealer here and on my little blemish that's right here, and that's it. And then I did use primer. I used, what did I put on for primer? Oh, my YSL Glow and Care Balm, which is a moisturizer and primer. And then I used my Hourglass Snake palette. I did my brows. They're a little thicker than usual, but I like them. And I pulled out a matte lipstick that I have not used in so long, and I'm so glad I pulled this out. I don't think I have it right by me. I don't. This is Nelly Cherry from Gucci, and this is from their matte lipstick line, which I don't know if it got great reviews, but I have Nelly Cherry and they met in Argentina. And this, to me, it's more of a lip stain, if you can see it. But it's, oh my gosh. It is really, really comfortable. I mean, maybe a little bit of transfer, but I do remember people saying it was patchy, but I kind of like it. Yeah, it's more of a stain because y'all know I don't like reds, but this would probably be a favorite. I don't wear it that much. I'm so glad I pulled it out for this video. All right, I also, I'm wearing Dark Star mascara from Mama Pat, of course. No eyeshadow, y'all. I was gonna start working with Element 115. That will be up this week, but I'm just not feeling it right now. I just feel like chilling and talking about my palettes, y'all. So let me move these jeans. Not that that helped anything. And we're gonna get started. So I have 10 palettes here, y'all. I've had them sitting out for at least a week because I really wanted to think about these palettes. And these are the palettes in my collection that give me all of the holiday feels, just like my Gingy back there. And let's just go. I don't have these in any particular order. They've just been sitting on the floor in my little hoarder's room of makeup. Y'all should see it. No, you shouldn't. Number one, y'all, oldie, but I can't even say oldie but goodie. I have to say, it's an oldie, but a great one, y'all. And we are talking about none other than the ABH and Miss Jackie Aina eyeshadow palette. Y'all, I know I did not get this palette when it came out. I don't even think I really understood the meaning of this palette, the meaning of Jackie Aina, and what she's brought and continues to bring to this community, how she is constantly educating people. I am so happy to still have this palette and that it is in the state that it's in. Now I chose this, and let me just show it to you up close. I chose this for a holiday palette just because it's very festive. Holiday doesn't have to mean Christmas, red, but this is a palette that I could see somebody wearing every day. But then if they want to have a special look, a pop of color, a glam look, something vibrant, you can really get that with this palette. You do have this Wigglies shade here, which gives you the reds. The last time I wore this palette was right before COVID. Very special memory for me. In March of 2020, it was when COVID was first starting, but we didn't know too much about it. My friends and I went up to Harlem to see Fabulous perform at the Apollo. And I wore this palette because he has a song called Lituation. And this shade right here is called Lituation. And I was like, that's the palette I'm bringing. And let's just see how Lituation is looking. I think she's probably still a Lituation. Yeah, she is. Look at that. I don't think that Jackie Aina could have designed a better palette. It is great for every skin tone. And you can always make shades lighter when you use different tools, different brushes, but you can't always make them darker. You can't always build them up. You think you can, but you can't. This palette, it has something for everyone, and I am proud to still own it. I am proud that it's still in the condition that it's in. I'm just gonna swatch a few shades. This is the shade Zam. Sponsored. That's that classic blue brown duochrome. Just talked about this shade in the Lethal palette, I want to say. You know, they always have slight variations. Let's just swatch Wigglies because I think this is such a festive holiday shade. I mean, this palette is just performing beautifully, and I am so happy to have this. I think this is a great holiday palette. Please let me know, do you still own the ABH and Jackie Aina palette? This one's gonna stay in my collection forever. You could not pry it out of my hands. I love it. If I had to get rid of all of them, this one would be staying. So that's palette number one. Can't believe I got through all of that. I probably won't even have to edit that section. That's a first. All right. Palette number two. Ooh, I'm just going in random order. So I haven't planned out what I'm gonna say about anything, but y'all, another palette that holds a really special meaning for me. And this is Mothership. I always have to look at it because I get it confused with Bronze Seduction all the time, but this is Bronze Temptation. Now, when this palette came out, I had no idea who Pat McGrath was. So this was a palette that I purchased very, very late in the game, and I got it secondhand off Macari. It may have been gently used. It may have been new. I cannot remember. But when I think of holiday, I think of this palette, and I do believe that this was a holiday release. Do not ask me the year. I really have no idea. This is just like quintessential Pat McGrath, you know, when I was introduced to the brand. Hello.
You need to leave.
Okay, are you going to the bathroom? Because that dip will make you go.
Got butter.
I bet you gotta go. Tyrone made this dip, and it's really good. It's like queso dip with ground turkey, but I continue to learn the hard way that I can't eat the way that I used to. Okay. This is Corruption, and Corruption is in one of the Star Wars palettes. I can't remember which one, but it's also in the Celestial Divinity palette because it had those Star Wars 6 pans on either side. So Corruption is a duochrome. Let's see how she's doing. I think she's doing fantastic, actually. So there's that one. And then we have this green shade. Let's see what I did with my card. The green shade is called Supernova. So let's watch Supernova and see, because we don't get a whole lot of greens. That's feeling a little dry. Foresty greens. It feels dry, but you can tell it's still good from Pat. I mean, no problem getting pigment. I'm not pressing down really hard. But I tell you, we got to check on our old palettes because again, I don't think I got this brand new, and it had, I'm sure, been previously swatched. So whenever I got it, it was older then. It wasn't brand new. The reason that this palette is so special to me is because when I watched Mel Thompson rank her Pat McGrath palettes, I think she ranked the motherships by themselves. Then she did like the 6 pans and the smaller ones. I believe, I'm almost positive, because I wouldn't have worked so hard to get this one. This was her favorite of the 6 pans. And so, you know, Mel Thompson was pretty much like the first YouTuber that I just really took to. So this will forever be special. And this one says Christmas to me, you know? Christmas. That's my Michael Jackson voice. It says Christmas to me. And I think it's beautiful. I think you can just do 1 and dones, 2 and dones. This shade right here, let's see what this one's called. This one is called Burning Desire. Okay, what? Now why would that be called Burning Desire? Whatever. I love it. It's just, this is a shade you just put all over your lid, period. Go about your day. Love that. I'm happy with this. I'm happy to still have it. And that's why I wanted to include this one in my Christmas or holiday palettes showdown. Let's see what's next in the pile. Ooh, okay. Notoriously Morbid. This is Catching the Naughty. Now look at this. We have this, I don't know what you call this creature with the little candy cane and the long tongue. You know, Notoriously Morbid always has the creative packaging. Ooh, this is a dusty one. Okay, just because there's some flakies in here, or there's one flaky actually. Now, I don't recall Notoriously Morbid coming out with a holiday collection last year because I don't have it. And this came out, I want to say 2021. 2020, I'm not sure if, I think I had gotten my first Notoriously Morbid palette in 2020. It was the Rip My Effing Heart Out palette. And that was Valentine's Day. This, I think, was 2021, y'all. Anyway, I've come to understand, turn the light off, that these are our best, and the brand always says it, they're best with a primer. So there is a lot of flakiness here, and I don't have a primer on me right now. But look at this one. Ooh, look at this shade, Fanged. So these aren't gonna show up as well.
Read color real quick.
No.
No, I want to show them something.
August, you show them stuff every time. It's tiring. People get tired.
You need to leave.
Yeah, that's a lot. This is called Krumpish Schnapps. All right, yeah. This one's nice. Okay, swatching these, I just feel like we get no justice here. Grub Bomb Crumpus is another kind of blue-brown. Let's see what that looks like compared to the one from Jackiana. What? My palettes! Get them, get my palettes. Get my palettes, that's too much.
Mama, look. Turn to me real quick. Turn to me. Will you marry me?
August.
Say something.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Look at that right there. These look good. These look good. A little more shimmer here, but these look good. So, another hit from Notoriously Morbid. The mattes are very, very powdery. Let's swatch Heathen. Heathen looks like a good one to swatch. Ooh, and Christmas Devil. Oh my gosh. So now I gotta get up because TMI, but the toilet in the bathroom, like, you know when you pull the tank up and you can see there's this tank covering thing inside that has to be closed all the way for the bowl to fill up. Well, for some reason it doesn't close right, or just randomly. So now I have to get up, take the tank off, shake the handle. That's really annoying, but I'll wash my arm off while I'm doing that. Woo! Yeah, Notoriously Morbid. did a nice job with this collection. This collection also came with some bullet lipsticks, and it came with some other lipsticks and some glosses. I have the glosses still, like one was striped like a candy cane. This was like a whole collection. They did a great job, and it may have come with some of those glitter gels. I don't wear those, but the palette will be staying. I really enjoy having this in my collection. Really creative, and you know, lately Notoriously Morbid and their releases have kind of baffled me. I know the brand is going through some changes, so I really hope that they will be able to do a better job of their shipping time and their turnaround time, and even just announcing releases and getting PR out, because I feel like I get the PR and then I don't know, I get it late, and then by the time I get the video up, the palette has come and gone, and then people are waiting for the palette for months, and then it's kind of irrelevant. So I don't know, like I want Notoriously Morbid to be a priority brand for me because they're so creative. They have a handmade formula and it's really awesome, but I don't know, it's just tough because I don't know when things are coming out. Like I find out with everyone else, and I can't be a source of knowledge and I can't be informative. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go as far as priority brands, because you can't look out for things that you don't know are coming, and then I'm telling people and then it's gone. It's just been a whole thing this year. So I'm hoping that changes for next year. All right, let me go get this toilet together, TMI. And then we're gonna come back. We got a lot more to go, so be quick. Well, of course it's gonna be quick for you. All right, I'm back. We are on palette number 4. I grabbed something to drink too. So y'all drink these Roars. This is not sponsored, but it's complete hydration, organic Georgia peach, antioxidants, vitamins, and electrolytes, 2 grams of sugar and 20 calories. So it's supposed to have some vitamins in here and electrolytes, and I think I already said that. B5, B12, B6. It's good. I really like it a lot. And the calories are 20 per bottle, 10 carbs for the whole bottle. So I usually don't drink the whole bottle. I usually just drink some of it. It's really good. I get it from Wegmans. It has coconut water in it as well. So let's get to palette number 4. I'm just taking my time, but that's what's fun about this. Okay, Merry Christmas, Odin's Eye. Now, y'all know the new ones, the new Christmas ones, those were not it. I really wish that they just re-released these. We did not need anything new, Odin's. We didn't. I think out of all the Odin's Eye releases I have, this is up there. These might be number 1. I really liked the Legendary Diversa collection, the very first one with the Fancy Face, Judy, and Annette. And the Norns palette that I had, that was my very first Odin's palette, but that was kind of an older formula. These Christmas palettes, really gorgeous. I had Christmas Eve on my winter list, so it's not gonna be in this video. I just love how the packaging reminds me of stained glass. I love how both of the palettes are palettes that I feel like you can wear outside of holiday time. They're just beautiful. And I really hope that, because Odin's has me worried, you guys, as far as some of the longevity, or the longevity of some of their shimmers. It's not all of them. But I did pull out a couple palettes recently, like Giant Wolves, and there was another one where I feel like one of the shades in Giant Wolves had dried up, and one of the other ones was so hard pressed. And you can even probably see that some of these shades, they get a little hard pan, and I don't know how I feel about that in the upcoming year, because I have a large eyeshadow collection, and I am starting to see, you know, how makeup does expire and formulas can change over time. But for the most part, a lot of my makeup has lasted. So if it's not gonna last with a collection like mine, I don't know if I need to have it in my collection, and that's just something I need to think about. But Oden's Eye is famous for their creative themes, their creative color stories. They do have a nice formula, mattes and shimmers. I just don't like that the shimmers seem to get hard pan after I swatch them. So I mean, the only other thing I can do is use a brush, but I'm not really a brush girl. I use my fingers all the time, and I don't want to have to worry about it. And I don't for most of my palettes. But long story short, this palette is so good, and there's such a variety of looks that you can get. Like I said, it's Christmas. I mean, you have your typical Christmas, your red, your green, you have golds, but then you have these other shades that just remind me of fall. So I just think you can wear this palette. I mean, these bright greens, these are summery type shades. So like this one here, this one's like and then they have multi-chrome. Then there's this multi-chrome here. Let's just see how it's swatching. What's up, honey?
Can I try energy drink soda?
No. You may not try the energy drink soda. You probably need to try some water to wash down the dip.
I did.
Okay. Oh, that looks good. Okay. This looks really good. Ooh. See, and this is, I'm glad I'm doing this because, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where I stand with Oden's Eye, just because I don't know how this is going to be in a year. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. And I don't want to I don't need those questions in my life. You know what I'm saying? Well, look at these. These are great. I think it's awesome to have shades like that in a palette. I'm just watching random shades because you have so many options. And I think if you're an indie makeup lover, you will really appreciate how beautiful their color stories are. I want to swatch this one because this is the shade I'm worried about. And this is the shade Bless. And do you see what I'm talking about? That dark part right here where it's probably maybe the oils from my fingers, or maybe I swatched another color. So let's just see how that's looking. I just don't like how this feels. It doesn't feel dry, but it feels like I'm having to press hard. I'm gonna have to press hard to get pigment, but let's see. I mean, this might be more of a toppery shade in the first place. There's some different shimmer formulas. Like it's working okay. But there was the one in Giant Wolves, and then there was another one, and I took tape to it, and then it pulled so much of the shade out, and it didn't even really help. So I just have my eye on that. I can't say I'm not gonna purchase from Oden's Eye anymore, but I just have to think about the color stories. I felt compelled to get the new Christmas palettes, and I knew in my heart of hearts I should not have gotten those palettes. They were not going to compare to these. So happy to have this one on my list. And I hope that if you missed out on them last year, that you were able to get them this year. I'm really glad that they brought them back because I wasn't sure if that was gonna happen. So I'm glad that they did. Okay, thirsty. Palette number 5. Bring this one out every year. Christmas Morning by Give Me Glow. And it was funny. I was watching a video by one of my friends that's always in the chat, and I didn't know she had a channel, but her name is Makeup Garden, and My Makeup Garden, and she was trying out the new Give Me Glow palette, and I didn't get it because I'm always weary about the mattes, because I used to say give me no, because they were just a little rough, you know. And I remember the video that I did with this palette, and I was talking about how I loved the final look, but I didn't feel like I loved the experience. But the shimmers were just so good. It's almost similar to how I feel about Clarity. And it would be interesting. Every time I see this, I'm like, yes, to go back into this and see what we've got going on. But these, oh my gosh, they just feel rough. And I think that, is this pressed pigment? I think these are pressed pigments. I'm not sure, and there's no information on here at all so that we know, but I'm almost positive that these are pressed pigments. And you know, they take a little bit of finesse. Maybe natural hair brushes would work. I'll have to bring this one back out, but what I can say, you aren't gonna find any complaints about these shimmers. And looking at them, I can tell they're still good. They feel so creamy. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be like a I can't see shade. Watch. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, I can't even do my normal. I can't see, but look at that. That's blindingly beautiful. Let's do gifts galore. That was Santa's sleigh. These green browns are very popular, huh? So that's looking good. Let's look at pajamas. They feel good. So that's really good to know. I don't have a shelf life for this one. Stocking stuffers. Yeah, really beautiful. I could definitely bring this out and, you know, use different mattes, but I mean, who wants to do that? This is always going to be a classic Christmas palette. These shimmers are a bit messy, I will say that. They're smooth when you swatch them, but, you know, as soon as you pick them up, I mean, my pants are all glittered up, so, you know, that's just something to think about when you use this. You want to use a glitter glue or, you know, like some type of primer with these shadows, but the quality of the shimmers are great. The mattes were just okay, especially if you're trying to do something quick. This was not my palette for that, but the change in the brushes would probably be best. I can't remember what I used last time, so we'll have to bring that out and see. Maybe do we still love her at some point? Probably not during Frizzmas though. We got a lot to go in a little bit of time for Frizzmas. All right, that's number 5. Palette number 6 is my first Chanel palette. And this is Les Four Ombres Candor et Seduction. This is when I thought I was doing something. I got this, I got my Chains blush, I got a liner. It's spending all the money, but you won't get me to get rid of this. I love this palette. And I know when you look at it, it's like, what's the big deal? It looks so redundant. But I think I have 2 or maybe 3 videos using this quad. And the pigment on this is really, really beautiful. Like, people think that, and it's often true, sometimes us indie lovers, the luxury just doesn't measure up. But indie is luxury secretly, luxury pricing. But as far as brand wise and brand name wise, the luxury often doesn't match up, but the mattes in here are so good, and they're creamy and they're soft, but they're really pigmented. I think you would be surprised at how you can use this one, how you can build it up. And I know these reds are just kind of redundant, and that's okay. But I really enjoy this one. The shimmer, of course, is not really shimming, but this is like a great palette if you want to just do, I would say, just a matte all over the lid, like a red smoky eye, and then you just take one of these and then use this one here to deepen it up and just put that in the inner corner. Like, that's it. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. I don't think that these are made to be doing a whole bunch of layered looks. That's just not how these are built. So I love this one. Again, this is special because it costs special money. And as I'm always feeling like I'm still finding my way, I was really still finding my way, you know, getting Chanel and thinking like, oh, this is what I needed to get. But I don't regret that one. I do have other luxury purchases that I've regretted, but not that one at all. So that's number 5. Now number 6 is a new one. I haven't even used a lot of the shades. I think I've only used 2. Haven't even swatched them all. But I thought this palette is a perfect holiday palette. I think that if you put this with any palette you have, any match you have, you are gonna have a spectacular look. You cannot go wrong. And this is all you'd have to bring. Natasha! This is the Lightwork 5 palette. This is the first Lightwork palette that I've tried, and I brought this to Vegas for the Creator and Friends event and put it with Xenon, and it was just spectacular. And I only used a couple shades. Again, I have not swatched this. It looks pretty much pristine. I used I want to say Fierce and Fearless, and I might have used either Center or Radiant for the inner corner. I'm just gonna swatch those because I haven't swatched anything else. But I just think for someone who, you know, wants kind of that indie experience without indie shipping, indie wait times, indie websites, and that task of trying to figure out finishes, you just have the perfect mix of everything in this palette. Do I have singles that look like this? I definitely do. Do I have them all in the palette? No, I don't. Do I have all these different textures like right at my fingertips? No. It would take me time to put something like this together, and with this palette it is done for you, and it's done in a very brilliant way. I like the names of the shades. It's like kind of these affirmations and names that kind of signify being on some type of journey. And again, the affirmations, this is the I Am palette. And I love how you have your soft energy shades, you have your bold energy shades, and your grounding energy shades. And then even though I'm not like a huge fan of like how this looks, I mean, you definitely double the shades because no one would have needed pans of this size of one shade. So, I mean, you have so many different options here, and you can even just take this across the eye and do like just a beautiful one and done and just blend it out. And you're gonna have something that's gonna look really nice from the holidays, where if you're at a party or if it's at night, and you know, depending on the lights and the shifts, like you're gonna see just how beautiful that looks from the different angles. Unfortunately, we don't get to see all that, but other people, you know, will, oh gosh, sorry, other people, you know, will see that. And that's what people say, like, what is on your eyes? What is on your eyes? And I think the grays from Xenon really allowed the shades from the Lightwork palette to really shine. I think that's why the look looked as good as it did. But what I like about Denona is that she has sales. I think this was going for 30% off. So, you know, you're getting it for under $100. And then for the amount of shades and the quality and the convenience, you definitely have something special on your hands. I haven't even used all the shades, as I said, but I feel as though this one is totally worth the price. And it's Denona Myricks. You know, I haven't gotten like much from Denona Myricks, but I mean, she's an amazing makeup artist and she's a visionary. So it's nice to have something from her, and I'm glad to add this to my collection. I think that was number 6. Oh, I think I have 11 palettes, y'all. Okay, well that's fine. Because next we are going with, this is my baby, y'all, okay? From Dior. My baby right here, Red Tartan. This palette's really special to me because I found my friend Miri. Her channel is Miri's Makeup Closet. And I found her looking for reviews of Red Tartan. Red Tartan looks a lot like the Chanel. I love this one. This is when Dior reformulated their mattes to have this velvety formula. And I have like 4 of the 5 that they came out with. It's got the matte outer packaging, which I love because you don't get like all of the fingerprints that the typical ones have. Not the typical ones, you know, they're regular compact component. Red Tartan, I love it. A red smoky eye. It's gonna be the same shades. Let's just go down here. Same type of shades as the Chanel, but these blend out really well. And again, this is something that's gonna be a nice base, you know, for shimmers. These shimmers aren't great though, I'll tell you that. Once again, they're not great. Dior actually has some shimmers that are nice, like in Black Bow, but like these are just, they're okay. They're not great. Again, matte all across the lid, and then one of these like browns, red browns on the outer corner, and then take this and put it in the inner corner. That's it. That's what you're gonna do. Or you're gonna use this with something else to complement it if you're an indie lover like I am. But I like this, I really do. Simple one and done. It's a nice formula, and it's definitely festive, especially if you're into like monochromatic looks, you know, like I could do something like that with this lip and it would be really pretty, like with a black dress. Look at me being stylish. All right, next we are gonna go to my girl Natasha, and we're gonna talk about this cranberry palette. When did I get this? I might have got this on Macari because nobody was really checking for the cranberry palette when I bought it, but I like the idea of, well, of wanting to mix and match my Natasha Denona shades. I don't do it that much, but I do label. I don't know if I labeled this one. I don't think I have a, ooh, let me see. Oh no, I don't have a telescopic magnet right here, but I have been labeling all my Natasha Denona shades so I can do some palette creations, because if you get on YouTube and even just on Google, there are some people that have made some beautiful Natasha Denona color stories using her palettes. And you know, there's some Natasha Denona palettes I don't care for that much, like Circo Loco, like Pastel, but there are shades in both of those palettes that I like. So I've seen people revamp the color stories and they have been really nice. So I'd love to get into more of that. I keep saying it and don't do it, but I love these mattes here. They're just beautiful. Natasha Denona, I'm trying to think, could be a favorite as far as mattes, y'all. Her mattes are just really good. They just do not disappoint. And I've gotten into her cream to powder mattes lately. Like, I really like them. And this cranberry palette, it doesn't disappoint. Like, it just makes a nice basic look. And again, these mattes are great all over the lid, or you could do like a little spotlight look. And it's real easy, like 5 shades. I think it's great. It's very festive. So I wanted to include that one. And we have 2 more palettes left. So next I gotta talk about Bronze Seduction. I don't know, to me this one just says Christmas. It's probably because of Blitz Flame, but I don't know. It's a Christmas palette. This is the palette I saw in Sephora and I was like, who is Pat McGrath and why are their shadows $125? Like, that price was so foreign to me in 2019 when I saw this on Sephora. I don't know what year it came out, but I always remember seeing it on Sephora and it's saying like Allure best winner or something like that. And this one's a special one. This one's dark, you know, this one is sultry. You take the special shades out and this is a dark neutral color story. It may be too dark for some people. I love it. I love it. This is Extreme Aubergine. I love Extreme Aubergine. Beautiful. Blitz Flame. This shade right here, VR Fire Opal, I want to say. I might be wrong. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to be happy if it is. Come on, girl. Yes. VR Fire Opal. This is probably one of my favorite special shades. And this one, let me see what it's called. Rose Gold 005. Let's see. Get it, Cara. Rose Gold 005. This one. Those two. I love these very much. Let's see if I have a place to swatch them. And you know, Pat, these shades here, they don't always have my, look at that. They are not gritty, but you know, they're fallouty type shades. So you know, you want to use a primer with them. But they give you such a beautiful sparkle. I mean, no one's new to this. And actually, I never thought I'd say it because I wasn't super into them. I miss them. I miss not having them in the newer motherships. I don't know. I feel like the newer ones are okay. But let's do Blitz Flame. There's Blitz Flame. Still looking good. And then the other one, Astral Luna Gold. And you can see I got all kinds of stuff in there, but I'm sure it's nothing that a little tape can't fix. This is like a really pretty toppery shade. It's like just adding a sparkly topper to whatever you're putting on. That is a wet effect right there. So I think that for holiday looks, you could really get something nice. Or even just doing a little matte and then maybe taking the Luna Gold and just putting a little bit on top. just to give you something extra, like if you're going to a holiday party or something like that. I went to a holiday party with my sister yesterday, and I actually wore the Fighter palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. That was my first time trying it. And I wouldn't call it a Christmas palette, but I love it. That's what I call it, because it was really nice. All right, last palette I have to include for a holiday look. My baby. House of L. I mean, oh my God, I feel like I got some food on here or something. What? I can't. I'm dirty. Okay. House of L, y'all. And, you know, it's not the whole palette, but, you know, you have these variations of red and green. And that's just going to be great. You know, if you want to use these mattes, fine. But, I mean, take those away. Put these with something else. We're hoping that she's going to do the extended version. But this palette had such a special formula. There's Zor-El. It's so shiny. Allura Zor-El. I mean, and this palette is older too, but it's not drying up. The shimmers are still very creamy. So that was Cara Zor-El. This one is Kyle L. I'm going all out of order. And then we got Laura Van L. I mean, just look. These are so galactic. And then Jor-El. This is so beautiful, so like toppery. Like put that over any of these other ones. I don't think I've ever tried that, but it's just giving it like some, look at that extra shine. Ooh, see. Yeah, it just gives it extra shine. I love that. I mean, you can see that from, it's like having a light on or something. I don't know. But I think for like festive looks, this is just stunning. It really is. House of L was very special. So I know this came back a few times, even though it was supposed to be like limited edition, but hopefully she will bring back a fuller version. I would, oh my gosh, can you imagine her doing a 15-pan version like of House of L, like Sumerian Sunset inspired Element 115? That would be awesome. But I would even take the other format. I think, what, 10 shades, like the Heather Austin size. I would even take that for House of L with like the all blue faux leather packaging. I need to DM her. Like, hey, like the all blue faux leather packaging. Can you imagine? I'm manifesting that because that's going to be great. Those are all the palettes I have. I'm sure there are more in my collection. I think that was 11 palettes, but let me know if you have like festive holiday palettes that you like to bring out during this time or wear to certain things. I'm always just trying to circulate my collection, so I'm definitely not going to probably get around to using all of these, especially when I have like so many new things. But I love going back through my collection. It's like a diary. And these palettes had some special moments. Most of them did. Let's see, the Natasha Denona one didn't really. But most of them have some special moments or stories behind them that, you know, just make this makeup journey and experience and community so special. And I just really enjoy that about my collection. So let me know how you're feeling about my palette choices. And let me know if, again, you have special palettes that you bring out during this swim. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm so thirsty. And I'm going to edit and get my life together, y'all. And I hope you have a fantastic day or evening whenever you are watching this. I'm going to knock this cold out, y'all. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's going to be all good.
Can you get me some new football gloves for Christmas?
I think someone's getting them for you.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't know. Santa, I don't know. Where's the other pink one, though?
I can't find it.
Oh. I hope if you get new football gloves for Christmas, you don't lose them. Thank you so much for taking off some of your time and hanging out with me for another edition of Mimosas and Makeup and another day of Frizzmas. I hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. And you know I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.